Are you living near a psychopath? Thanks to scientists, we now have a data-driven answer. They've identified U.S. states with high concentrations of dark traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and sadism. These aren't just fancy words for being a jerk. They represent serious personality issues. Researchers analyzed data from all 50 states, correlating personality test results with crime rates, economic inequality, and social media behavior. They've created a personality map of America, highlighting regions where these darker impulses are most common. Tonight, we're exploring the shadowy corners of the American psyche. So buckle up, because we're about to find out which states are the national champions of being, for lack of a better term, complete and utter bastards. Let's dive into the data and see what it reveals about the American character. Our first stop is Nevada, a state with a high concentration of dark traits. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a fascinating blend of history, culture, and environment that has shaped the personality profile of its residents. Las Vegas, the city of impulse control issues, is a monument to poor judgment. The bright lights and endless entertainment options create an atmosphere where making rash decisions is almost encouraged. The gambling culture rewards Machiavellian thinking, encouraging a transactional view of human interaction. Here, every move is calculated, every gesture scrutinized, and every relationship is a potential transaction. Empathy doesn't help you win at poker. It gets in the way. In a game where reading your opponent's weaknesses is key, showing any form of emotional vulnerability can be a fatal flaw. Vegas inflates egos, catering to narcissistic desires for admiration and special treatment. The high rollers are treated like royalty, reinforcing their sense of superiority and entitlement. The thrill of high-stakes environments is a playground for sadism, where victory is predicated on others' defeat. The rush of winning big is often accompanied by the satisfaction of seeing others lose. Nevada's transient nature weakens community ties, fostering a me-first attitude. With so many people coming and going, it's hard to build lasting relationships or a sense of community. The state's history as a haven for those on the fringes creates a culture of individualism. From its early days as a mining hub to its current status as a gambling mecca, Nevada has always attracted those looking to escape conventional society. This can curdle into a disregard for the collective good. When everyone is looking out for themselves, the idea of working together for a common cause can seem almost alien. The libertarian ethos, while championing freedom, can lead to a competitive dog-eat-dog environment. In a place where personal freedom is paramount, the strong often thrive at the expense of the weak. Nevada's high score reflects how its unique history, economy, and culture create an environment where certain personality traits thrive. It's a state that has always been a bit of a wild card, attracting those who are willing to take risks and live on the edge. It's a place where the Machiavellian schemer sees opportunity, the narcissist sees a stage, and the psychopath sees fewer rules. Each of these personalities finds something in Nevada that speaks to their core desires. So when you see those flashing lights on the Vegas Strip, remember, it's not just the promise of fortune you're seeing, it's a beacon for those who thrive in an environment where the stakes are high and the rules are flexible. It's a giant, glittering neon sign that might as well say, "Attention dark tetrad personalities, you are welcome here." The allure of Vegas is not just in its casinos and shows, but in the freedom it offers to those who live by their own rules. The state's libertarian ethos can inadvertently contribute to a society with fewer communal bonds. When individual freedom is the highest value, the sense of community can often take a back seat. This can create a more competitive environment where a lack of empathy becomes advantageous. In a place where everyone is looking out for number one, those who can detach emotionally often come out on top. Ultimately, Nevada's high score isn't an indictment of every resident. Many people live here who value community and empathy, but the overall environment can make these traits harder to express. It's a reflection of how a state's unique history, economy, and culture can create an environment where certain personality traits are more likely to congregate and be expressed. The story of Nevada is one of contrasts and extremes, where the best and worst of human nature can be found. So, next time you're planning a trip to Vegas, maybe pack an extra bit of caution. The city offers excitement and adventure, but it's also a place where you need to keep your wits about you. And if you find yourself sitting next to someone at a blackjack table who seems a little too charming and a little too unconcerned with losing, just remember the science. The traits that thrive here are not always the most trustworthy. You might not just be looking at a fellow tourist, you might be looking at a statistical probability. In Nevada, the odds are always in favor of the house, and sometimes the house is built on a foundation of dark traits. Our journey now takes us to Louisiana, a state with a complex tale of history, poverty, and violence. Known for its vibrant culture and rich traditions, Louisiana also grapples with some of the most challenging social issues in the United States. Louisiana consistently ranks high for homicide rates, shaping its psychological landscape. The pervasive violence leaves an indelible mark on the community's psyche. Living in a violent environment fosters hypervigilance and mistrust, aligning with Machiavellianism. People become wary, always on guard, and this constant state of alertness can take a toll on mental health. High crime rates can be places where individuals with psychopathic traits find it easier to act on impulses. The lack of social cohesion and trust makes it a fertile ground for such behaviors. Poverty in Louisiana creates conditions where dark traits can become advantageous. When resources are scarce, survival often trumps morality. Economic stress and systemic disadvantage foster a survivalist mindset. People are forced to prioritize immediate needs over long-term well-being. The state's economic inequality breeds resentment and a sense of injustice. The stark contrast between wealth and poverty is a daily reminder of systemic failures. Political corruption normalizes Machiavellianism, creating a culture of cynicism. When leaders are seen as self-serving, it erodes public trust and fosters a dog-eat-dog mentality. Natural disasters like Hurricane Katrina expose deep-seated inequalities, leading to a breakdown in social trust. The aftermath of such events often reveals the true extent of societal divides. Louisiana is a place of incredible warmth and community, yet also a state of profound contradictions. The resilience and spirit of its people shine through despite the hardships. The intense sense of community might be a response to harsh realities. In times of crisis, people come together, finding strength in unity. The famous joie de vivre could be psychological resilience. Celebrations and music are ways to cope with and transcend daily struggles. Louisiana's position on this list reflects systemic issues: poverty, violence, inequality, and corruption. These factors intertwine, creating a complex web of challenges. It's a reminder that personality is shaped by the world we live in. The environment plays a crucial role in molding our behaviors and attitudes. In Louisiana, the good times often roll alongside a much harsher reality. The juxtaposition of joy and struggle is a defining feature of life here, and that reality, the data suggests, can leave a dark and lasting impression. The challenges faced by Louisiana are a testament to the resilience and complexity of its people. Next, we head to New York City, a place that's not just a global icon, but also a hotbed for dark personality traits fueled by extreme inequality and relentless ambition. The city is economically stratified, with billionaires living in glass towers above people struggling to survive on the streets below. The contrast is stark, and it's impossible to ignore. In this environment, narcissism isn't just tolerated, it's often rewarded. Self-promotion, relentless ambition, and the drive to stand out are seen as essential survival skills. Industries like finance, media, and entertainment thrive here, celebrating ruthless ambition, personal branding, and the ability to outshine the competition at any cost. Wall Street's culture, in particular, lionizes unchecked narcissism and even psychopathy, where cutthroat tactics are not just accepted but admired. In this world, empathy can be seen as a liability. Machiavellianism, manipulation, cunning, and strategic coldness, is often celebrated as a path to success. The city's intense competition isn't limited to boardrooms. It trickles down to every level of society, from the subway to the sidewalk. This constant struggle for space, opportunity, and recognition wears down empathy, fostering a me-against-the-world mentality that can feel isolating. Anonymity in the city lowers the social cost of bad behavior. With so many people, it's easy to slip through the cracks and avoid accountability. The relentless pace of life here encourages impulsive, short-term thinking, where long-term consequences are often ignored in favor of immediate gains. New York's culture celebrates bold, even abrasive personalities, blurring the line between honesty and outright cruelty. Speaking your mind is valued, even if it stings. The city is a vibrant hub of creativity and diversity, drawing people from all over the world. But beneath the surface, it's also a place of brutal competition and constant pressure. It attracts ambitious, driven, and sometimes ruthless people, those willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. If you have narcissistic or Machiavellian tendencies, New York might look like the ultimate playground, a place where your traits are not just accepted, but might even help you thrive. The city demands resilience and strength, but the constant pressures can harden the heart, making compassion feel like a luxury few can afford. In the relentless competition for money, status, and even just a little space, the darker aspects of personality, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy can truly thrive. This is the dark side of the Big Apple, a city that can make you, but might also break your moral compass, leaving you to wonder what you've become in the process. Our final stop is Texas, a state with a bigger-than-average concentration of dark traits. Texas is a land of economic extremes, with booming economies and deep-seated poverty. This creates a society of stark contrasts, fueling social comparison and resentment. The Texan ethos of rugged individualism can morph into narcissism. This mindset erodes empathy, viewing social safety nets as crutches. The scale of Texas leads to social fragmentation and isolation. The state's political climate emphasizes deregulation, creating a competitive environment. This can reward psychopathic traits like callousness and a lack of concern for others. Texas's high incarceration rate reflects significant social problems. A justice system focused on punishment can reinforce a less empathetic societal attitude. Texas is full of contradictions, known for its hospitality and community-minded people. However, the macro-level forces create an environment where the dark tetrad thrives. The drive for success can become a drive to win at any cost. The Texas narrative is one of ambition, freedom, and power. But the data forces us to ask, what is the psychological cost of that narrative? When everything is bigger, the social divides and potential for darker traits can become bigger too. Are you living in one of these states? Before you pack your bags, let's take a breath. These findings are broad statistical analyses, not indictments of every resident. They highlight the importance of building supportive communities and addressing societal challenges. These studies reflect the consequences of social and economic policies. They show how extreme inequality and competition can corrode empathy and trust. The solution isn't to fear our neighbors, but to create environments that foster our better angels. It's about building stronger safety nets and reducing inequalities. Ultimately, this is a call to be aware of the world around us and the forces that shape us. Let us know in the comments if you were surprised by these results. And don't forget to subscribe for more